Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to I Am Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. I'm Tyler Wisecup, and joining me is my co-host who, if charisma were ceramic tiles, she'd be hand-painted and high gloss. It's Becca Sudbeck.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Becca. And our other co-host, she's the glitter grout that steals the show. It's Hilary Waltemath.
I'm offended. Hi, Tyler.
Glitter grout, huh?
I think that's something that I didn't mean to offend you, but is glitter grout even a real thing?
No,
I don't know.
it better
I
not
guess
be.
it probably could be, though.
You
It
can count on
probably,
an trend episode about it.
It's coming around.
If it does.
It's coming around.
I'll
Okay.
commit.
Well, today, if you haven't realized, we're stepping into a trend that's stepping out of the background, statement tile. And I know that I think we talked about this in Pinterest Predicts at one point.
Mhm.
And so I know that we're going to be talking about like why statement tile is happening now, a little bit about like how people are using it, and then maybe some ideas for our listeners to see how they might be able to pull some of these things into their home as well. So excited to get to it. But before we do, let me tell you why we've been doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because your home life should be your best life. And you can learn more at nfm.com. Okay, Hilary, I'm just going to pass things over to you for the episode. What have we got
Perfect.
today for statement tile?
Well, I'm going to share a bit about my algorithm today with you.
Your For You
which,
page.
inspired this. There's been a photo and a video kind of circulating on the internet. In, I think, certain niche algorithms, you could say it's gone viral. And I'm curious, before I reveal it, with the topic of statement tile, if you know what I'm talking about, if it's made it to your algorithms.
Based off of what you're saying so far and the fact that I don't get on social media ever. No.
Shoot. Okay.
Definitely not
Well,
mine either.
I've got a fun treat. Scott, will you pull up my visuals?
Visual aids.
Yes. There is this precious floor
What?
tile that's been circulating on the internet. So it's like a mosaic tile in a bathroom. It's got this border around, like they're like small squares. I couldn't even tell you like how small,
Yeah.
like half inch maybe.
Yeah, like mosaic
Yes.
Mini
size.
tile.
Yeah.
Yes. Base is white. It's got a black and kind of like warm tan, almost rust colored stripe that runs around the border. And then throughout it is swimmers.
Yeah, that's pretty stinking adorable.
Isn't that
Like-
so
Yeah.
cute?
Like it's like the
It
whole
is. That has
flooring
definitely not made it to my
looks like a
my
It
feed.
hasn't?
No.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
No,
So-
it will be after we talk
Yes,
about this.
it
So I
will.
guarantee it's showing up.
It sure will. So yeah, in the bottom right photo is like a swimmer diving.
Yeah.
Up above that is one swimming. There's like two kind of like leaning along the edge, which is
full edge.
the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
just
so
sets the whole thing off.
yeah, so there's kind of like swimmers throughout doing different poses. And I cannot remember where I first saw it. It was somewhere on, as I'm just like frantically scrolling forever and ever and ever. I'm sure it was somewhere on TikTok, but I was kind of like looking around to see where it originated. I'm not sure I found that, but if you're familiar with Becky Owens, the interior designer that has a pretty big presence, has had several collaborations, but she shared photos and a video of this. And so she had mentioned statement tile, yes or no. And she had credited this mosaic artist. I'm sure I'm going to butcher the name, but what I saw was Suzanne Manufacture. It's in France. So I'm sure there's like a beautiful accent that makes that sound so much better than what I'm doing. But she's a mosaic artist that worked with an interior designer in France called Maud's Interior Design. And she, like, these are custom made like mosaic tiles that they made
Yeah.
for this.
It
for
would have
this
to be. I
bathroom.
don't like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It is
Yes.
fun.
So fun.
Had to be worth every penny.
Yes. And that's what I like. I think the buzz is well deserved. I'm forever going to cheer people on to bring in more personality into their homes, make it a little weird, make it fun, make it spark conversation. And I think this swimmer tile is a perfect example. And like you mentioned, Tyler, it's not just a one-off viral moment that has taken off on social media. Pinterest included statement tiles in their fall 2025 trend report. And in this report, they also talked about how Gen Z is making up over half of the users on Pinterest, and it's causing like a real shift, of course, because this generation is searching for ways to create spaces that feel personal, they feel bold and unique, not what's popular. So I think that's an important thing to mention with trend. You're not supposed to jump on every trend that comes about. Like, you're going to find the ones that fit you. So the first one I'm going to share, Scott, if you could move us to the next images, is hand painted tile.
Oh, those are hand painted. Wow.
Yes. Some, I think top right is maybe like a stamped. I could see some like texture in it.
Gotcha.
But top left are some blue tiles, and then they're adding kind of like a border tile that's got almost like a scalloped edge. So you're seeing more like tile designs, like even like bullnose trim pieces being designed. But I really liked this hand painted, and I imagine like hand cut tile that's at the top. Like even just like that little trim detail, I think is so special. Cute. The middle photo is like a backsplash, and there's a mix of like hand painted designs going on in there. There's a chair, there's an orange, there's some florals, some patterns, just like bold, punchy primary colors.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough context if this runs like the whole backsplash or if it's just behind the sink, but a great consideration. It doesn't have to run the whole surface that you're installing a backsplash. It can just be in these like sweet little moments like this. The bottom right looks like just classic kind of like white glossy tile, but a few of the tiles have like a small blue hand painted kind of like almost floral motif. And then they brought more of them into a shower niche. So the ones around it feel like more spaced out, but they concentrated the pattern a little bit more in the shower niche. Middle bottom photo is all the tiles are the same, but like almost like a mural type design was painted on it. So this is in a bathroom, and it's got like birds, and these kind of like big abstract kind of wispy floral plant-like designs on it. That's really fun. So it can be done on like individual tiles. It can be done in almost like a mural type pattern. So these designs are painted on the tiles, and then they're like fired in a kiln.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what kind of like locks the design into. So you don't necessarily want to like take the tile you have and start painting on
That's
it.
what I was going to ask. Yeah.
That may not last. I mean, do your thing, but I don't.
Especially in like a wet area.
Yeah. I don't.
Like
I can't advise on like aftermarket
like if there's
paint.
a paint that would be able to, but the kilning technique is gonna like fire that in there, lock it.
Yep. And then oftentimes there's like glazes like applied over the top. So if you want, you'll see there'll be like a slight like raised texture to the painted design, but so like minimal. And then there's usually like a glaze on top that kind of like seals it all in.
Interesting.
Too.
Yeah. So for something like that had more of that mural look, is that like they had to like lay all that out and like paint over it probably?
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Is probably how that was done. Because a lot of times like some of these designs can be put on like a mesh backing. There's one person I follow on social media that did this in her kitchen. It's mostly white, but like mosaic florals are like worked into the design. So she kind of like placed those first and then started to like, she could put like whole sheets, mesh sheets of the tile up and then fill in with the other little pieces to kind of like build it out that way too.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, really, really fun. This is, I think, rising pretty rapidly in terms of like trends. And again, I think it's because it adds that unique kind of personal flair or touch to it that makes it interesting.
So are they very DIY oriented when they're doing this? Are they like going to, like, we've got hot shops in Omaha. Are you like taking a tile to like a place where they're going to like be able to do that technique for you? Is that something that you can do in your own? I'm just curious if you even got to that part that far in your research.
Yeah, I'm sure in some of my research, I had seen, like hiring a mosaic artist to design something and working. And that's probably somebody more, it's got a bigger budget to work with. Or if you are somebody that like, you work with ceramics, like if that is like a hobby or maybe your profession, I could totally see that. Or, we've heard about some of these couples that are like empty nesters now and are trying to, make their home feel like them again. That are interested in that. So there's varying degrees you can kind of go with it on how like custom or personal you want to get with it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Statement tile number 2, I'm calling kind of bold geometric patterns, specifically checks and stripes. So Scott, if you'll move us to our next set of images, you can see a combination of check and stripe patterns. And what's fun about this is these are like simple tiles, like it just purchased in 2 different colors.
Right.
Yeah.
There's square tiles and there's rectangular tiles. Like the bottom right is a shower, and it's vertical stripes of like a kind of aqua-y blue-green and white. And it's subway tile just installed vertically.
Yeah.
In like lined up so it looks like stripes, just like subway tile like you see in so many kitchens.
But it looks stunning.
And it's like done through the like shower niche too, and then I had to crop it out, but it runs down to the floor also. So it's just like continuous all the way up. Similar to the photo to the left, it's stripes running horizontally, but again, it's subway tiles arranged.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah. And like a really pretty blushy pink and white. And you can go really bold with your statement here, and you can take it floor to ceiling like they did. And it's the backsplash. So this gives you like big drama if that's what you're after. The photo to the left is like a 2-tone red check. So it's like a bright red, like engine red. And then there's like a deeper red, and it's just in a check pattern, but they're just basic square tiles.
Or like a kitchen area for that one with like a greenish cabinet there. Just kind of like, I get very Wes Anderson vibes from that one, particularly. Bold,
punchy colors. The top middle, they tiled like a sink basin.
That was a sink.
Yeah. So probably best for not your like daily use.
Yeah, like sink. A laundry room or something.
Yep. If you have like a pantry that's got like a prep sink in it, or a wet bar, even a guest bathroom, I think this could be a consideration. So they've got like a classic, almost like a slate countertop, and then the sides and the bottom basin of the sink were tiled in this like black and white check pattern. So we've seen a lot of bathrooms, we've seen a lot of kitchens, but the image on the top left, they've tiled around their entryway into their kitchen.
Oh, interesting.
So the kitchen design is very simple. I think they have stainless steel cabinets actually. So it's like very neutral.
Yeah.
But so thoughtful to do something bold around your entrance into the kitchen. And so they've done like a black and white check pattern around the entrance into the kitchen.
Yeah.
So a great example of how you don't have to go, you can go bold everywhere if you wanted to, but you can just pick fun little moments like that just surprises and delights.
Right. Yeah. In that area specifically, like you said, going from just this little pop of something into something neutral still makes like I'm walking into that room with a sense of fun and flair.
Yes.
Even if it's pretty simple once you get there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
But I like it. Yeah. These are gorgeous.
Yeah. So fun. And maybe feel like, you know, if like a hand painted design is like too niche or specific, you want to just choose like a pattern like this. You can do this more affordably than, you know, having something totally custom made. Okay. So the third kind of trending statement tile I'll show you is mosaic. So we've got another set of photos here.
This is more of our diver.
Yes, more of our swimmers and divers. So mosaic just means it's small pieces of tile arranged to form a pattern or an image. It can be made of ceramic, glass, natural stone, metal, or a mix combination of any of those. And what's nice about these is these can be, because they're small and put in an arrangement, they can be flexible in like placement.
Yeah.
So if you're going around a corner, or you've got like a curved wall that juts out, these are really flexible because the pieces are so small and you don't have to do as many like funky cuts into the tiles. Are great in niche, like little wall niches, shower niches. Those are great for those. Couple like fun designs here. The top, middle, and top right is like some sort of like laundry sink, guest bathroom sink.
Okay.
And so they've just tiled like immediately behind it.
Oh, yeah.
So you just need that kind of like serving as like a backsplash for that area. The photo on the right is like a soft pink tile. And then in the middle is like a rose mosaic.
Yeah.
Worked
it
into
looks
it.
real elaborate.
Yeah. The middle one is like more celestial with different star designs. And there's like some metallic finishes in there. So depending on the light, you get some fun reflection. Bottom right, you could do this. You know, maybe you've got your back entryway into your home. Maybe you've got a pool in the backyard. You've got tile in this area. They've like tiled what looks like a little doormat with flip-flops on it.
That's cute.
So the flip-flops are like a mosaic.
That's a mosaic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's cute.
Yeah. So they did like a two-tone kind of like rectangular design. So it looks like
it does look like a doormat.
Yeah. And then the little flip-flops are a mosaic design that's
I'm blown away by that one.
Isn't that fun?
That's what an optical illusion. I love it.
Wow. Like imagine, you know, having people over and they come into your house and they see that. What a like fun brag moment to have.
Yeah, I need that in my life for sure.
The photo in the middle, bottom middle, like struck me. This obviously is like an older tile design, mosaic design where it's like white tiles, and in the corners where they meet is like a black, like diamond shape. Tile can break over many years of wear, and instead of like installing completely new flooring, they just filled in more of a mosaic pattern with broken tile pieces. Yeah. So adds a little something funky and fun, you know, not going to be for everyone, but if you like have an older home that's got a lot of original charm and character and you want to preserve that, maybe you don't have the budget to completely replace it. I thought this was a really clever way to kind of like honor the charm of the home while getting it to be fully functional. So
Very fun.
Yeah, that one really struck
And
me.
practical, too.
Yeah, I thought that was worth working through that.
Yeah.
I know we're at the end of our time. I have more on materials. Do you want me to rapid fire, or do you think this is like a good spot to stop?
Let's do a quick rapid
quick
fire, because
rapid
I think
fire.
it'd be good just to kind of get a good like overarching understanding of what our customer could look for if they want to do something similar.
Totally. So I've got one more image for you. So quick go through some materials, because materials are important considerations if you're thinking about doing tile in your home. The first one I'll share is ceramic. That's most of what you've seen in these photos. So they're made from clay, fired in a kiln. They're durable, easy to clean, most commonly used for walls and some floors. They can be glazed, which gives them a shiny and also more water resistant finish to it. Or you can get them unglazed. So if you want something that feels like matte or rustic, top left photo is like, what I think of like classic ceramic subway tile. It's installed vertically and stacked. So you get that type of pattern. The other commonly used tile material is porcelain. So it's a type of ceramic, but it's fired at a much higher temperature with a finer clay. So that makes it denser, which makes it stronger and more water resistant than regular ceramic.
Oh, interesting.
And is really great for high traffic areas.
Super durable.
Yes. And can be used outdoors.
Oh, okay. So if I want to do the flip-flop thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This might be the one.
That could be your route. Or like my parents had like concrete slab patio porch. They wanted to dress that up a little bit. So they actually installed porcelain tile right over the top of it. Yeah, right on top of the concrete.
Yeah.
So that's photo top middle. This is a specific tile from doll tile called Emerson wood. It's actually what we use a lot in our store design. Yeah. So it's a tile that's created to look like wood. So it's really durable. It has that grain and texture like wood floors would. But, like in our stores, we get a ton of traffic, ton of wear and tear from products moving around all the time. So you get this like wood look, but in tile. On the top right is natural stone. So think marble, granite, slate, limestone, travertine, bluestone. These are going to have like unique veining. Yeah. No two are going to look exactly alike. It gives them some natural variation, which then like adds a little bit of like luxury to it. It's more porous and is more high maintenance. So these require sealing. Yes. To really extend their life because they are not like handmade to be like durable. Right. It's something that occurs.
Not engineered. It's
natural in nature. Yeah. It's susceptible to wear and tear. But I thought this like tile design on the top right, it's a travertine, but it's like it's cut and arranged to look like fluted so that it's like rounded a little bit. Fourth material is glass. So bottom left is an example here. It's fun because it's reflective, it's colorful, used a lot in mosaics, can add a lot of brightness to a space, add some dimension. Not ideal for heavy foot traffic, but great for accent walls like it's used in this photo. I think
I feel like you can use it. I mean, like that's what we have in our pool as like an accent too.
Yes, totally. Yeah, totally. And I think breeze blocks, we're going to start to see some of those clear glass
come back
blocks, or not breeze blocks. I'm sorry, that's something different. Those glass block designs, like I think those are going to have a little bit of a resurgence too. So watch out for glass. And then the last two I'll leave you with. Zallige tile, which has become very, very popular. You're seeing it more places. That's the bottom middle. So it's a handmade Moroccan tile made from unrefined clay. So each tile is hand-shaped, glazed, and fired. So no two are exactly alike. So this can create a lot of interest in, because they're not like perfectly smooth, perfectly uniform. You get some interesting light reflection. There's just like a little bit of texture, just known for its like imperfect organic look. And then seeing some, I think we're going to see some metals like resurge here a little bit. Stainless steel, like seeing a little bit of that in cabinetry. Seeing copper tiles like start to pop up, or even aluminum also. So some fun like mixed metals going on. And then bottom far right is a terrazzo, which is really, really fun, making its rounds. It's chips of marble, granite, quartz, glass that is set in cement or resin. So it gives this like fleck kind of appearance, and you can go really small with it. You can go big, but that's having its moment. And then seeing more recycled materials come up. So eco-friendly glass and plastics, like made with the environment more in mind. Some of those processes can be damaging, or even some reclaimed ceramics. So that's a quick download on material considerations. There's a lot out there, but it's important to consider that when you're doing this, so it can hold up to wear and tear. So these are all great options for, if you're thinking about statement tile, think about backsplashes, bathroom backsplashes, shower walls and floors, entryway floors, mudrooms, laundry rooms, little niches throughout your home. Those can be some considerations if you're trying to add a little personality. Consider those things. And I'll just leave you with a line from the Pinterest trend report that really resonated with me. It said, in a sea of sameness, let these trends inspire you to explore your unique and personal style. So
what a great way to end it. Thanks, Hilary. This was so educational. Of course, thank you to Becca. Thanks to our producers, Ann and Scott. And of course, to all of you for listening. Make sure to like, rate, subscribe, do all the things wherever you listen. And I think that'll do it for us. Until next time, here's to making your home life your best life, one story at a time.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Weisskopf, Hilary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.